Welcome to Chicago. Hi, I'm Maggie Clark, Motor City Maggie, and I'm coming to you from the 2025 Chicago Auto Show. And I am here with the all-new, redesigned 2025 Toyota 4Runner Platinum Edition. Now, I've already done a walk-around tour on the TRD Pro 4Runner and the TRD Sport Premium. Now, if you'd like to check out those videos, make sure you see them on my YouTube channel, Motor City Maggie. Now, before we get into this tour, make sure you hit that like button, give me a subscribe, please, and let's take a look at the all-new redesigned 2025 Toyota 4Runner Platinum Edition. The 2025 Toyota 4Runner is available now in dealerships as a gas model only. If you are looking for the hybrid model, that won't be available until spring of 2025, including the Platinum Edition. Now, the Toyota 4Runner starts at about $41,000 for the gas model, and the Platinum is coming out to be about $64,000. If you're looking for a hybrid model, that's going to be the higher trim levels of the Toyota 4Runner, including the TRD Pro, the Trail Hunter, and the Platinum. Those three you can only get as a hybrid. Other models like the Limited and I believe the TRD Off-Road and Off-Road Premium are available as a hybrid or a gas model. And then the lower trim levels are gas model only. There are so many ways to customize the Toyota 4Runner for the 6th generation. There are 12 trim levels, 9 colors. You can get seating configuration for 5 or 7 with an optional third row on the SR5 or the Limited on the gas-only models. And you have 2 different powertrain options, the gas model or the hybrid. And you have the 2-wheel drive, the part-time 4-wheel drive, or the full-time 4-wheel drive. So a lot of different combinations. So you really can kind of customize the 4Runner. In addition to that, you can also get a ton of accessories and optional packages. The 4Runner is built on the TNGA-F platform, which is the same truck-based platform that all of Toyota's truck-based vehicles share, and it is a body-on-frame SUV, and it is manufactured in Japan. Let's talk about what is underneath the hood of the Toyota 4Runner Platinum. Since this one is the hybrid, it gets the iForce Max powertrain. That means that it gets the 2.4-liter 4-cylinder engine paired with an electric motor. That is going to give you 326 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque. You're also going to get an 8-speed automatic transmission, and you can tow up to 6,000 pounds. You're also going to get about 23 miles per gallon combined, which is really great gas mileage for a body-on-frame SUV that is a full-time 4x4 vehicle. So I know some people are a little disappointed that we don't have the V6 engine underneath this hood anymore. However, you are still getting great horsepower and torque and towing capacity and really good fuel economy up from the previous generation, the 5th generation with that V6. All right, let's take a walk around of the exterior of the 4Runner Platinum. Now, this one will have the Toyota front badge. It does not have the word Toyota spelled out like you see on the TRD Pro model, and it has this gloss black overhang. It does get these very cool fog lamps, and you can see the front facing camera there. Sensors and sonar are located behind the Toyota symbol and this little box right here. We've got a big grille. It looks like we've got a little bit of chrome on the front, which elevates the look a bit. And then down here we have an overhang to protect the underbody, and we have those front recovery hooks. Now, coming around over here, we have our very cool double beam LED headlights, and then we've got this daytime running light that goes here that looks really nice. We don't have any little Easter eggs in the headlights like we do on the TRD Pro and on the TRD Sport Premium that I showed you guys. This color is called Underground. It is such a cool color. It looks really good on the Land Cruiser especially. The Platinum does not get the hood scoop, but it still does have this airflow through the fenders. You can see that there, but it's okay. The hood scoop isn't functional anyway, so it's just for aesthetics. This is your wheel design on the Platinum Edition. They are really cool blacked out wheels. I love these, and they are 20-inch wheels. Very nice. And we've got the power running boards equipped on this one here, and check this out. This is the Platinum badge. This is the only Platinum badge that you will see on this model on the exterior. There is no badge on the back. We do have black mirror caps here, and we've got our blind spot monitor indicators right there in the mirror. We've also got black door handles and black roof rails, and we've got that wraparound rear glass window that I really like. Look at that. It just gives it a little more style, just elevates the look a little bit more. And then here we have the LED taillights. Here's that strong side profile for the 6th generation of the Toyota 4Runner. The Toyota 4Runner last year celebrated its 40th anniversary, and man, people love their 4Runners. There's some crazy statistic like over 70% of 4Runners that were sold in the last 40 years are still on the road today. I mean, that just says so much about their reliability and how well they are built. Now, the 4Runner for 2025 is available as a 2-wheel drive vehicle, a part-time 4-wheel drive vehicle, or a full-time 4-wheel drive vehicle. And this one here, the Platinum, is the full-time 4-wheel drive. All right, let's take a look at the back end design of the 4Runner Platinum Edition. It does not say Platinum anywhere on the back, but it does have the iForce Max badge on the back there in the corner. That is the same badge that we see on the hybrid SUV body on frame vehicles, the Tundra, the Tacoma, the Sequoia, the Land Cruiser, any of those that are hybrids, they will have that same iForce Max badge and the little button circle, which is now indicating on any Toyota really that has an electrified powertrain that it is an electrified vehicle, is now their indicator that it is a hybrid or plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, etc. And we have this plastic casing here. It feels a little cheap to me. I don't really like this cover. You hear that? ASMR. But you know, it's gloss black right here. We've got the backup camera, the rear facing camera, and then this is cool. We have a 4Runner badge that is totally blacked out right here. So that kind of blends in nicely. It looks really good. That is part of the Platinum specific design. And we've got our nice big bumper here. Okay, one of my favorite parts and one of your favorite parts about the 4Runner too probably is the full rear glass sliding window that is powered. Now this is a 4Runner fan favorite feature, especially if you have a dog. Dogs love to hang their heads out of there. It's really fun for camping, tailgating, and it also makes it really easy to drop something in without opening up the whole liftgate. The liftgate is also powered for the first time ever on the 4Runner. So the rear sliding glass window is standard. The powered liftgate is available, and it comes on the Platinum Edition. We've also got our tow hitch receiver here, and under that is our spare tire. Also take a look at this overhang here. This is really nice. We've got the windshield wiper that is nicely integrated into that design. It looks so much better there, and it definitely can't be here because of the powered glass window. And then we've got these really cool LED taillights. Now let me show you what it looks like to have that rear power glass window come down. Ta-da! Okay, and then you can do this and hang out and watch your kid's soccer game, I guess. I hope I don't get stuck back here. Here is a closer look at that Toyota badge here, the 4Runner badge here, and the iForce Max badge here. So I have mentioned this in my other 4Runner tours on my channel if you want to check those out, but this is a little difficult to get into in the driver position because the driver does not have a grab bar handle on the A-pillar. They do have a handle located right here, kind of over your head. So that is kind of your handle that you would use to get inside the vehicle, or you could launch yourself in using the door or the steering wheel, but both of those are not exactly stable. You know, they shift around a little bit. So I guess the most elegant way to get into the 4Runner and address would be to grab onto this handle and then scoop myself into the driver's seat. The Platinum does, however, have power running boards, but since there's limited power that is supplied to this vehicle right now at the auto show, I'm not able to use those. So if you do have a 4Runner without a running board, you would grab onto this handle and you could gracefully get yourself in and out. And here is the door for the driver. We've got the JBL speaker down there. We've got some storage, some bottle holders, a little cubby right here. You've got memory seats. Right here is going to be a little storage cubby. It's kind of like a little Easter egg. This is where you can hide all of your little treasures. However, Toyota does remove that for the auto show, so it's not stolen. Here is your beautiful seat design. This is a really unique color for the interior on the Platinum. It is a navy blue and it's got an orange stitch around this quilted design. These seats are heated and ventilated, and there's that stitch on the center armrest, and it continues onto the dash and the glove box. And check this out, you actually get a power passenger seat on the Platinum Edition. On the left of the steering wheel, you have a lot of controls, including the way that you would open up your hatch from the front of the vehicle, and you have 4 auxiliary buttons for any accessories that you would add after the fact. Okay, let's start her up. Power buttons over here. We're starting her up with the limited power that we do have at the auto show. That's why we're getting warnings. But here is your driver POV. We've got a nice big beautiful steering wheel. We've got our advanced driver assistance system buttons here. We've got our voice controls and media controls here. We've got a big 12.3-inch multi-information display behind the steering wheel. And we've got our huge 14-inch touchscreen display here with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, Sirius XM, Wi-Fi, all your connectivity. And then below that, they did remove the volume knob there at the auto show. We've got big knobs for your dual automatic climate control. We've got heated seats, we've got cooled seats, we've got big buttons for other HVAC controls, which is nice. We've got a heated steering wheel. We've got your trailering controls. We have a wireless charging pad for your cell phone and 2 USB ports right there. Here's your big shift knob. I like that. It feels really solid in your hand. And we've got our brake hold button. Here you can do 4 low, 4 high, high 4 F. Ooh, what's that? High 4 F. Who knows what that is? Can somebody let me know in the comments? That one I am not familiar with. We've also got our tow haul modes, our drive modes. Oh, look at this. These are our drive modes. So we can go into custom, Sport S Plus, Sport S, Normal, Comfort, and Eco. Nice. And we've got our panoramic view button that'll give us our 360 camera views. I love that. 2 nice big cup holders, and we've got an armrest that has a decent amount of space here. And here is a look at your second row from your first row. And this one seats 5. The optional third row is only in the SR5 or the limited gas models. We've got a little moonroof here. I would like to see a panoramic moonroof in here though. This is the button that you would use to open your rear glass window. And then we've got our digital rear view mirror, which is so nice if you have passengers or cargo blocking your view. Nice. We've also got the JBL speaker surround sound system in the 4Runner Platinum, a head-up display, that's where the projection comes from onto your windshield, and we've got a removable JBL speaker, which has 6 hours of battery life. It's waterproof. You can connect it up to 100 other JBL removable speakers, which would be so fun. If you had a bunch of friends who had the same JBL speaker, you can connect them all. And we have Toyota Safety Sense 3.0 that is standard with all of your standard safety features. And here's the view of your first row from your second row, so you can really get a nice look at that interior. To get inside the second row passengers do get a nice grab bar handle, so it's a little easier to launch yourself in. And here we go. I don't have a whole lot of legroom, but the driver's seat is all the way back, and I do have a decent amount of headroom. And my seat does not have gliders, but it does recline. So I can either sit up straight like this, or I can recline all the way back here. Oh, that's nice. Here is the door design for the second row. You do get a bottle holder, which is nice. And here's that beautiful navy interior. And down here, you do get heated seats for the second row outboard seats, a 2400 watt plug, and 2 USB ports. Let's take a look at the cargo area. We do have the hybrid battery right here, so that does take up a little bit of your cargo capacity. And remember, that battery does come with a 10-year or 150,000 mile battery warranty, so that has a little bit of peace of mind right there. And then here we've got cup holders and storage areas. We've got 3 latch systems for each of the second row seats, and you can see how they would have a optional third row here. We've got JBL speakers, and the hybrids get the 2400 watt plug, which is a huge advantage. You can plug in a lot of your bigger devices like a refrigerator or a little grill and have a lot of fun at your tailgate. We got a little bit of storage here too, which is kind of nice. You can maybe shove a small purse or, you know, some more expensive belongings there if you want to hide them. So I have tumbled the second row forward. So this is what your cargo space looks like in the 4Runner Platinum. That is a hybrid, and it's got that hybrid battery, and there is a drop off between the rest of the floor after that hybrid battery. So just so you know, you do not have a flat floor in the cargo area of the hybrid editions of the 4Runner. However, you do have more of a flat floor on the gas models. Now, if I folded the seat down, you would still have quite a bit of a drop off between the 2 levels. And this is what that looks like when you have the second row laid down flat. You do have that drop off between the 2 levels, but you will have quite a bit of cargo space. Well, what did you think of the 2025 Toyota 4Runner Platinum? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear from you. Now, make sure you give this video a like and leave a nice comment, and please subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming automotive content. Thank you so much for watching this video, and until next time, motor on. Bye.